Hello everyone, welcome to our channel Code with Sunny, and in this video I will be talking about a medium type problem of lead code. The problem name is set matrix zeros. Its index is 73. Okay, so what we have to do in this problem according to the problem name is like we have to set the matrix values to 0. Okay, so let's begin the problem statement. Like given a m into an integer matrix, if an element is 0 in a particular cell, set its entire row and column to 0. Okay, and we have to return the matrix. That if you traverse in the matrix and you will find that at a particular, like for a particular cell, you are going to have a value as 0, then you are going to set the, that is the particular column where the cell is going to exist now, and the particular row number where the current cell is present, you have to set all those cell value as 0. You can see that over here is like the cell value as 0 over here at index, like cell, what is the coordinate of the cell? You can see 0, 1 comma 1. Okay, so then you are going to set all the matrix values in that particular row as 0. You can see this over here, and also all the cell values, matrix values at those particular cells which lie on the same column. You can see these are also 0. Okay, we have to set that, and finally return the matrix. And you can see one more thing over here, that is you must do it in place. That is, we are not going to use an extra memory. If we are going to use an extra memory, how this is going to be performed, I will tell that also. For now, let's look over the constraints and examples. You can see m is matrix length, number of rows, and this is number of columns, and m and n are 200. So we can have O of m into n type solution, time complexity. And as the question demands that we are going to do it in place, that is without using an extra space, we are going to use, like we are not going to use any extra space, we are going to use it in constant space. How we are going to set all the matrix cell values as 0 corresponding to the required conditions. Okay, so let's move further to understand this problem in detail. Okay, so let's understand this problem with the help of example. So let me fill up some matrix cell values. So let's say this is 1, this is 1, and this is also 1, and this is also 1, and let's say here it is 0, 1, and again here it is 1, 1, 1, 1, and let's say here we will have 1, 0, 1, 1. Okay, suppose these are the matrix values. Okay, and you can see that according to the problem statement, if there is a 0 over here, we are going to set all those matrix, all those cells at this particular row as 0. It means that this becomes 0, this becomes 0, this also 0, and this also 0. And also all those cells which are on the same column, this becomes 0, this becomes 0, this becomes 0, and this becomes 0. Okay, now also after making this as 0, you can see that the this cell value becomes 0. It doesn't mean that you're going to say these all cells will be marked as 0 right now, because these like this is not going to be possible. According to the problem statement, if there is a 0 in our original matrix, then we are going to set all the cell values at the same row, at the same column as 0. This is like this becomes 0 right now on, like on performing the operations. We are not going to do that in this case. So this is like this 0 is present in our original matrix. Then we are going to mark all those cells lying on the same row, and this all those columns lying on the same, like on the same column, we are going to mark it as 0. So what should be our final matrix? You can see this is 1, and this is 0, and this is also 0, and this will be remain as 1, and again these all cells becomes 0, and this will remain as 1, and this will become as 0. Because of this 0, all those column becomes 0, and also this will become 0, and this will remain as 1, and this also becomes 0. Okay, so overall you can easily understand that what we can do, if we are allowed to use an extra space, we are going to say we are going to maintain a linear array where every element of the array is going to denote whether that particular row or that particular column is going to be made all 0, like we are going to make all those particular row or the column as 0 or not. Okay, so suppose what I am going to do is, suppose we have been allowed to use a space, then we are going to maintain a row of like a boolean vector, you can say a row of size n, and every particular row of I is going to check it out, is going to denote whether the particular row, that is all the elements lying in this row, is going to be have the whole is going to have the new value as 0 or not. Like suppose we are at this one, and this is a right this is like 0 1 2 3, this is like third row, and if it is 0, then row of 3 will be marked as true, and if we encounter that row of 3 is true, we will set all those values at this particular row as 0. Okay, and similarly, what I will do is like column of m, where m is the number of columns, and similarly column of I is going to denote whether this particular column will have the new value as all 0 or not. Suppose we are at this one, and this is column number 2, I guess. Yes. So what will happen is like when we are traversing this matrix and when we encounter a sum 0, like at over this position, we will mark column of 2 as true. When we mark this as true, it means that all those elements lying in this column will be set like will have the new value as 0. So if this happens, like we are going to encounter 0, like here column of 2 becomes like true, like previously it was false, now it becomes true. Okay, now finally what we have to do is like traverse every element in this row vector. It is a linear vector, and traverse every element in this column vector, and if row of I is true, we are going to mark all those elements in this row as true, and if column of I is true, again when we are traversing this column linear vector, if column of I is true, like column of I is true, mark all those elements lying in this column as true. Okay, but you can see that here I am using an extra space of size maximum of n and m, like anyone can be greater, so space complexity becomes O of max of n and m, but here we want that we are not going to use an extra space. Like can we do it without using any extra space? Yes, we can do it. So let's understand this one. Okay, so what we are going to do in this approach is like previously we are going to use a linear vector of size n, where a row of I is going to denote this particular row will have all the cell value new value as 0, and similarly we will have column of n like size m. Okay, now in this case what we are going to do, we are going to consider only this inner matrix. Well, like discarding the very first column and discarding the very first row, we have this inner matrix, and how we are going to maintain this as our boolean vector and this as our boolean vector in this matrix, this is going to be like very much important. Like previously I am maintaining a size of row of n, which is going to denote this particular row will all cell, like all the new cell, like all the cell value will become 0 in this particular row. Similarly, what I'm going to do is suppose we have encountered this element. Okay, so in this case also what I'm going to do is like this is the thing that I'm going to maintain. The very first column is going to say that this particular row will hold the value as, like all the cells in this particular row will hold the value as 0 or not. Okay, so how this is going to be maintained as boolean vector, this is going to be like very much important, so let's try to understand that. Suppose we are going to discard all these elements in the very first row and all these elements in the very first column. Okay, now we have this inner matrix, and when we encounter this as 0, we are going to mark this matrix of I of 0, where I is going to vary from, let's say mat of I of 0 as 0. Like when we are going to traverse in this inner matrix and when we encounter the cell value as 0, mark matrix of I of 0 as 0. What will happen by doing this? It means that when we are like when we are storing the information like matrix of I of 0, when again like after doing all those operations traversal in this inner matrix, and when we just try to traverse for this particular very first column, and when mat of I of 0 is going to have the value as 0, it means that this particular entire row will have the cell value as 0. This is going to a new value. Similarly, if I will encounter, like if we are going to encounter this cell, we are going to mark this position matrix of I of 0 like this one as 0, and also this one as 0. Okay, it means that when we are going to mark this one as 0, it means that all those cells lying over this position will have the cell value as 0. And similarly, when we are at this position, we are going to mark this one and this one. Yani, overall, these four positions, like this one, this one, this one, and this one, will be marked as 0. And when after doing all those traversals in this inner matrix, finally we are going to traverse for the very first row and very first column and check it out. If the cell value at that position is 0, like mat of I of 0 is 0, it means that ith row will contain all the new cell value as 0. And similarly, traversing on the very first row, if mat of 0 of I is 0, like after doing this inner traversal matrix, this becomes 0. Like mat of 0 of 2, like this is the second column, if we consider a 0 based indexing. If mat of 0 of 2 is 0, it means that all those cells values lying over this position will have the new cell value as 0. Okay, now what about the case like we have just forgotten about the very first column and the very first row, right? So what will happen when there exists a 0 over here? Like when we like move back to the original matrix, let's say that you can see that the very first row, like over this one, and the very first column are not containing any cell with value 0. Suppose this is the value 0 that I am getting. Okay, so as I've already said, like we are going to use the very first row and the very first column as our visiting vector, which will just check it out, this particular row or this particular column is going to be filled with 0 or not. Okay, then like we have just forgotten about the very first row and very first column. But what about the case when we encounter that is the very first row will have somewhere, like we will have 0 somewhere in this particular row? Okay, then we are going to keep track of that also, because if this is 0, like all those cells values lying in this particular row will have the new cell value as 0. Similarly, if any of the 0 is present over this particular column, all the cell value lying over this column will have the value as 0. We need to keep track that also. So what we are going to do overall is like traverse for the very first row, traverse for the very first column, and if there exists at least one 0, yes, we are okay with that. Mark a boolean variable like a first row variable as true, and similarly do that for this particular first column as true. Okay, now then what you are going to do the operations for this inner matrix and use this very first column and the very first row as your visiting vector, which is going to check this particular row or column is going to be marked with 0 or not. And after all the operations being done, you are going to again use the boolean vector, which I have already said. Like say first row is the boolean vector, which is going to be initially marked as false, and if there exists this one as at least one 0, this will be marked as true. Okay, this will store the information that if there exists a 0 in the original matrix on the very first row or not. Similarly, we will have first column boolean variable, which is also going to be marked as false, and if there exists at least one 0 over this position, this will be marked as true, which is going to check yes, there exists a 0 in this particular first column, and we are going to make all those elements present in the first column as 0 later on. Okay, now use this inner matrix, traverse this inner matrix, and use this outermost cell like our like first row, sorry, this is the first column, and the very first row as your visiting vector, which is going to check if all the cells lying in this particular row or in this particular column will be marked as 0 or not. Okay, if you're not going to understand this one, no need to worry about. Let's head over to the code to understand the implementation and the entire concept in detail also. Let's move further. Okay, so I've already submitted the codes. You can see first the runtime was not good, then I am being able to optimize the runtime of this code. So let us look over this code. Like it uses a extra space O of max of n and m. Okay, no, okay, so this is not the, I think this was the code. Yeah. Okay, so what I've done is like maintained a boolean vector, you can see that, and similarly for the column also. I'm not going to use the very first row and the very first column as our boolean vector now. In spite of that, I've used an extra like a linear vector to mark the positions. So what I'm going to do, iterate over this entire matrix and check if it is 0. mark row of I as true and column of j as true, and finally iterate over all those cell values, and if there exists row of I or column of j being true, this cell value will be marked as 0, as obvious. So this will give you all test cases passed. Now let's look out for this best and efficient solution which I have submitted. So what I am going to do, in spite of maintaining a linear vector, we are going to use the on first row and on first column as a boolean variable, which is going to check it out. If there exists at least one 0 on the very first row, we are going to mark this variable as true, and if there exists at least one 0 on the very first column, we are going to mark this variable as true. You can see I am iterating over this the very first row, and if there exists a 0, we are going to mark on first row variable boolean variable as true, which is going to say that yes, there exists a 0 in this particular row, and later on we are going to mark all those cells lying on this first row as 0, and similarly we are going to do this for the column. Now the very important thing is like iterate over this entire matrix, and if the cell value is 0, note that I'm using the inner matrix concept, like I is starting from 1, similarly j is starting from the 1. I am discarding the very first row and the very first column, and if the matrix value is 0, we are going to use the very first row and the very first column matrix as our visiting vector, which is going to check if this particular row or this particular column is going to hold the value as 0 or not finally. You can see that matrix of I0 and matrix of 0j becomes 0 when there exists like when there is a cell with value as 0. We are going to mark this as 0, like this is going to be used, like very first row and the very first column is going to be used as a visiting vector. Now again finally what we are going to do is we are going to iterate over this entire matrix and check if matrix of I0, like the visiting vector for the very first column and the very first row, has the value as 0, then we are going to make this cell value as 0. And finally, like if there exists at least one 0 on the very first row, all the cell values on the first row becomes 0, and similarly the same thing happens for the column ones also, and this will give you all test cases passed. So if you have any doubts, do let me know in the comment section of the video, and I will ask the viewers to like this video, share this video, and do subscribe to our YouTube channel for latest updates. Thank you for watching this video.